Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Are you ready to feel the power of the Chinese economy? That's right, they're going to clone Palworld. What am I talking about? Well guys, the creators of Palworld via Twitter have made the claim that Tencent and other companies are getting ready to clone their game in different ways. And it's going to be done through the power of money. You know, these companies have to deal with the success they make, right? And one of the ramifications of being successful and having a popular game is that people want to imitate you. Now, anybody can imitate you. It's one thing when you have, you know, small developers make little clones and, you know, try to steal your thunder that way. It's a very different proposition for a company like Tencent, who is willing to spend 10 times the budget of the original game. You heard it right. 10 times the budget. Now, what am I talking about? Let me transfer it in dollars for you so it makes sense. The original budget of Palworld was around $6 million. And Tencent, in order to clone this game, is willing to spend $64 million. That's a lot of yen. That is a lot of yen, let me tell you. And why do they want to do this? Because they see this as a game they can, you know, their clone is something they can put on many platforms, not only on consoles, but more importantly, as mobile games with gacha features. That's right, it's all about the money, baby. It's all about the money. And this game fills that demographic. This is the problem when you have a small company that doesn't know how to scale up. The mobile version of this game should have been out and making money already for that market. Because something we don't think about and realize as console gamers is there's a very strong market in the mobile space, especially in China and in the East, right, in other countries, where their primarily console is their cell phone, right? They're not using Xbox, they're not using any other device other than their cell phones or iPads to game. And these type of gamers don't spend their money on hardware. They don't spend their money on cartridges. They spend their money on microtransactions willingly and happily. They're happy to do it. Right? They don't have any of the qualms we have, or, oh, I'm not going to do this. I mean, it's only going to last, or it's only temporary. I'm owning nothing. They don't care. They don't care. They're into for the experience of the moment. It's on their cell phone and it's gone. And whether we like it or not, they're spending billions of dollars in these transactions. That's a good way to make money. But this is a problem that Palworld has. They don't have the funds to match anything like this. Given all their success and what have you, there are no match for the Tencents of the world, right? This is a company that's more akin to Apple than it is to Nintendo. This is a huge juggernaut in the industry, and it's a very large Chinese company. The Chinese economy, guys, is set to be the largest economy in the world here pretty soon, surpassing the US. That's right, it's sad to say, but they just have more people. They're doing a lot more business. Well, we're worried about, you know, what gender we are. We can't figure that out, right? China has already figured it out, and they're making money hand over foot while we are sleeping. It is a fact. That's a fact that we can't walk away from. And what happens is, as these companies get stronger, they're going to have more acquisitional power in order to either buy franchises or straight out clone them like they're doing here. Now, what are the options for Palworld? This is what I said from the beginning. This is where Microsoft should step in and just buy the whole damn thing and make it a part of their service. And they can distribute to mobile. Whether you like it or not, Microsoft, even though they, you know, make consoles and make some physical games, because of their purchases, because of everything they've done through their business model, they are now mostly a publisher. A publisher who happens to make consoles, who happens to make their own games. But by every definition of the word, Microsoft, Xbox specifically, is a game publisher. And their business is going to be software. It always has been for Microsoft. And why they haven't jumped into this, you know, who knows? Maybe, you know, the creators of Palworld haven't been open to see, you know, what the things could be. And I think this is going to be the new business model for a lot of creators. Create something that's new, popular, and good, and then flip it over, sell it to one of these big companies, so they can sell it as a service, or, you know, they can do the microtransaction deals, and then they can, you know, keep 10% of the company or what have you for some passive income. I think that would be a great way to go. But what Palworld is facing here is its demise, because, you know, they're, you know, if you will, they're a imitator. Let's just say, let's put it that way. They're an imitator of Pokemon, and now they're accusing Tencent of cloning their game. So it's a clone of a clone, right? And that's the way the world is going. But they are in no position to stop Tencent from doing anything, from these other mobile companies trying to clone the game to do anything. Now, only one of them is going to be successful, and it should be, right? It should be the person who originated, in this case, Palworld. But if they don't have the money to do it, if they're getting outspent to the tune of 10 to 1, what are they going to do? Not much. They're going to need some real big help, right? Because the mother's milk of any war, as you well know, is money. Is money. And right now they don't have the budget to compete with companies such as Tencent or these larger mobile game creators that are willing to spend tens of millions of dollars more on the game that they've created with only 6 million. Yep, that's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. They are in an existential crisis, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here and what Tencent moves are going to be. Now, I'm not, you know, I tried the game. I'm not a huge player of it. I'll go back in a little bit, but it's not my kind of game. I'm more of a Helldivers type of guy. And there, you know, Helldivers going to be facing the same thing. Other companies are looking at this formula. They're looking at Helldivers, how they're surpassing COD and Fortnite in some cases, and they're going to want a piece of that pie. What are they going to do? What's Sony going to do? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Well, guys, I want to thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It's a better morning today. I have tons of homework, so I don't know when I'm going to make another one of these, maybe tomorrow or something. There's so many things, guys, that I want to talk about, but I just don't have the voice for it. But, you know, I read a lot of stuff. I put a lot of my memes out as much as I can, you know, whenever I have time. But with a baby, with school, with work right now, it's just absolutely nuts. And I only have another 1.5 years to go. So let's see what happens. All right, humans, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.